I guess you're fine. Me too. Just a few minutes of yours for biology today. I will talk about reptiles. Yes, reptiles. That big groups of organisms in the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata and class Reptilia. Reptiles are very interesting creatures. They are found almost everywhere in the world. They are interesting because they have different characteristics. Take an example of a chameleon that changes colors, or a crocodile with its homodont dentition. Is it not interesting? But most of these vertebrates are predators. That means they feed on other living organisms. Good and common examples of reptiles are the snakes, the crocodiles, as I've said, the chameleon, lizards, turtles, and so forth. To understand the reptiles, let's go through their characteristics a little bit. There are 4 important characteristics of these good organisms. 1, reptiles are cold-blooded, meaning that their body temperatures change according to the temperature of the environment. But reptiles also lay eggs. No matter what you knew before, but reptiles lay eggs. We say they are oviparous. Reptiles have 3 chambered hearts. Means their hearts have only 2 upper chambers and 1 lower chamber. With the exception of 1, the crocodiles. The crocodiles have 4 chambered hearts, just like human beings. Reptiles also have scales. The skin of the reptiles have scales on top. These scales help them to reduce the amount of water that is lost from their bodies. So they keep their bodies dry by making sure there is no loss of water, which is being prevented by these scales. As I said previously, the reptiles are better adapted to the environment. That's why they are found almost everywhere in the world. Some of these adaptive features are their scales. The scales of the reptiles cover the skin and hence prevent the water loss from their bodies. Also, reptiles lay eggs, and the eggs have very, very tough shells. Reptiles can camouflage. That is a very good feature of these organisms. Take an example of a chameleon. The chameleon can change the colors to escape from the predators or from any other danger. Another adaptive feature of the reptiles is the poison that they have. Some reptiles are very poisonous. Take an example of the venom that is in some snakes. One good feature of the reptiles is the ability to live in 2 environments at the same time. For example, the crocodiles can live in water and sometimes can live on land. This helps them to manage the environment, and they are almost comfortable every time. Because if there is trouble in the water, a crocodile might move to outside to the land. Or if on land there is a problem, the crocodile can go to water. So these are some of the adaptive features that help the crocodiles, the chameleons, the snakes, the lizards, and other reptiles to be better adapted in the environment. So reptiles are very interesting. As I said previously, they are organisms that are capable of surviving the environment. Apart from the crocodile that lives in water and sometimes on land, we have this chameleon. A chameleon is a very interesting reptile. Why? A chameleon changes the color. This enables it to camouflage. You might not see a chameleon while it's present. But apart from the changes of the colors that chameleon shows, the way a chameleon reproduces is again very interesting. I hope you have ever heard of the stories that chameleons don't lay eggs. Instead, when they are pregnant or when they are about to give birth, they climb up trees and fall themselves down. Hence, produce different organisms, including the chameleon, lizards, and so forth. This notion is not true. A chameleon is a reptile and it lays eggs. To prove that, look at this chameleon here. This chameleon is trying to look for a better place to make a nest so that it can lay eggs. The legs are hatched and they will be left underground to keep them in a nice and conducive temperature. After the chameleon has prepared the nest, then it's going to lay the eggs. Look at how the eggs are being laid. You see, this is a chameleon laying an egg. You see? So after laying the eggs are covered by the soil to keep them warm. After some time, these eggs are going to be hatched. You see this chameleon is coming out of the egg. The hatching of the egg takes place and a young chameleon comes out. One is walking away. Look, the other one is struggling to come out of the egg. The other one has disappeared. You see all these other eggs here have been hatched. Some are still there, they will be hatched soon. Why do you still believe that chameleons don't lay eggs? Instead, they climb up trees and fall down. It's not. The truth is here. You have it today. They are reptiles. They all lay eggs. A chameleon lays eggs. A crocodile lays eggs. Snakes, lizards, and so forth. So those are the reptiles. They are organisms that are found in almost every place. This is because they are better adapted to the environment. Next time we shall look at some other interesting creatures from the same kingdom, Animalia. Of course, the phylum is going to be Chordata, but we shall look at another class. That is all for today. Thank you for watching the show. I love you. Bye-bye.